Today we're going to visit the Midwest region. The Midwest is this red area on our map. Well, starting today, you're going to travel through some Midwest states to learn about this region. I'm going to be your tour guide and we'll be traveling on a crop duster plane. Do you know what that is? Can you guess some of the things we'll see in the Midwest? Look at the pictures and think about what we might see. Grab your ticket and let's go. When European settlers came to America, they settled along the east coast of the United States. In 1804, U.S. President Thomas Jefferson asked Meriwether Lewis to lead an expedition across western North America. This was an unexplored territory, so no one knew what to expect. His friend William Clark helped him lead a special team on the journey. Their goals were to map the rivers, make friends with the natives, open the West to trade, and look for a water route from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. Let's learn about the new area that they explored, which is today called the Midwest. Stop number 1. Missouri. As we fly over St. Louis, Missouri, you will see the famous Gateway Arch. The Gateway Arch is the tallest national monument in the United States. It stands at over 630 feet tall. As we fly over St. Louis, Missouri, you will see the famous Gateway Arch. The Gateway Arch is the tallest national monument in the United States. It stands at over 630 feet tall. Let's get another view. The Gateway Arch gets more than 1 million visitors a year. It's the 4th most popular tourist attraction in the whole entire world. Hold on tight, let's get a closer look. The arch was made using 900 tons of stainless steel. That's more than any other project in history. It weighs 17,246 tons. Why is the arch so popular? When you visit the Gateway Arch, you can go all the way to the top for a stunning view of St. Louis. There is a tram, or an elevator, inside that takes you to the top. The Westward Expansion Museum. There is also a museum at the Gateway Arch. The museum has artifacts to help preserve the history of the Midwest. Items include information about the Sioux Indians, the first to live in these lands, and information about Lewis and Clark, the explorers who led the westward expansion. It's getting dark. We better get going. Click here for an up-close look at the Gateway Arch. This is what it would look like if you were actually there and you were to look up. Pretend you're standing there. This is exactly what it would look like. It's pretty cool. Have you figured out why we're on a crop duster plane yet? If not, our second stop should help you understand why. Stop number 2. Iowa. Iowa is called the farm state. It is often referred to as the farm state or the corn state. Much of Iowa looks like the pictures below. Prairie states. Iowa is one of the Midwest prairie states. A prairie is a flat, grassy land with only a few trees. Agriculture in Iowa. Agriculture is the process of producing food by raising of animals and plants. Because of the flat land that is good for farming, Iowa and many of the other Midwest states are among the top agriculture states in the United States. In fact, in 2005, Iowa led the nation in the production of pork, corn, soybeans, and eggs. Agriculture is a very important source of income for many people in Iowa. Interesting facts about Iowa's agriculture. About 89% of Iowa's land is farms. That's almost all of their land is farms. Iowa is ranked number 2 in the nation in red meat production. Iowa has 5.5 hogs for every person in the state. That was 16.3 million hogs or pigs in 2006. Iowa's total agricultural exports for 2004 were valued at $3.676 billion, ranking Iowa second in the nation. This is an example of how the Soo locks work. It's in fast forward, so you can see it quickly, but watch how the water level drops so that the gates can open and a boat can get through. Now the gates are going to open. Pretty cool. Okay, so Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan is known for its automotive industries. Ford Motor Company was established here in 1903. Henry Ford produced the reasonably priced, reliable, and efficient Model T in 1908. 10 years later, half of all cars in America were Model Ts. In 1913, Henry Ford developed the first moving assembly line. This meant that workers would stand in one place adding parts to the cars as the cars moved past them on an assembly line. This had never been done before. This was a huge change in production that reduced assembly time per car and lowered costs. Ford was now the largest automotive manufacturer in the world. Those cars were really cool. Do you think assembly lines are used for anything else in the Midwest these days? That Henry Ford sure was a smart man. Let's go check out a memorial to some other smart men from the past. Stop number 6, South Dakota. As we fly over South Dakota, be on the lookout for Mount Rushmore. There it is. Mount Rushmore is a mountain with the faces of 4 great United States presidents carved into it. Do you know the presidents? This is George Washington. That is Thomas Jefferson. The third is Theodore Roosevelt. And the fourth is Abraham Lincoln. Mount Rushmore is located in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Here are more pictures from Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore took 14 years to complete. Crazy Horse Memorial is also located in the Black Hills of South Dakota. This picture shows the Crazy Horse Memorial during its creation. Crazy Horse is a legendary Lakota leader. The Lakota, Nakota, and Dakota are Plains Indians, more commonly known as the Sioux. The Sioux Indians still live in South Dakota today. More than 62,000 American Indians live in South Dakota. Many of the 9 tribes in South Dakota maintain buffalo herds today. You will often see them as you travel across the open prairies. If you visit South Dakota, you can learn about the traditions, dances, dress, and food of the Sioux at the end of their powwows, or Waskipis.